We are back at sunny Warden Law, and this time we are in the correct lightweight kart. So surprisingly enough, the rain has stayed off a little bit, but we don't know how for long. That the clouds look like they're coming in thick and fast. We kind of hope that it does rain, just considering how well we did last time in the heavyweights, but at least we might have a bit of a more dicey racing than we did last time. And also a couple of the normal faces, if not some new too. And also, if you haven't realised, we are repping the Only Karts merch. If you do want your own, I will put a QR code on the screen, and buying them certainly does help out the channel too. So thank you very much. Well, let's see exactly how we get on in race one. We have qualified in 5th place with the usual people around us. We have Sam on our left, Jamie in front, although we don't see Zach, but he is pretty much directly behind us. Now, I was feeling very confident in this car, knowing that it did have nice bottom end. We just didn't have the legs in qualifying. Now we do get a great start, which we were expecting, managing to pull alongside Jamie. However, we just aren't able to get in front of Dan to get that first corner in front. So Dan's managed to make his way past, and so does Jamie going into dogleg. Now I just want to take a different angle of that. So this is Sam Barron's point of view, which we can see we get great start, not quite enough to get in front of Dan. However, the reason why we've got a nice big gap behind us is because somebody ran Sam right off the road.
Okay, we're going on a road trip.
So now that we know that no one can really overtake us going in the next couple of corners, it's just about slotting in best we can. So we do think Jamie's a faster person here. We do give him that little boost to get past, I believe it's Kieran to our left, but it's just not enough for me to get past two. So we are side by side going into the actual centres, and again I just need to slip in behind, and then we just need to go forward. Now this race is all about using my brains and smarts, because we weren't the fastest, but we definitely have a lot of racecraft. So we can see in front, Jamie's give Joshy a little bit of a tap, which put him over the curb, which then put them both wide, which allowed us to make that position there. So we are now in 3rd place, and we are feeling very racy, but Dan has got a little bit of a gap. Now them two drivers, Joshy and Jamie, are maybe one of the lightest ones in the lightweights, so we're pretty much going to see them anytime soon, but hopefully they might give us that little bit of a boost down the straight. Now looking behind, there is a bit of a gap behind us, so it is all about focusing on going forward. Skipping a couple of laps ahead, we can see that Kieran has caught Dan up, and this is all about trying to make sure we stick with him as best we can. We can see him that he is right on him on the straight. He's managed to pull alongside him, but hopefully they battle some more to allow us to catch up. Quick jump ahead, we can see from the sidelines that we are now battling with Jamie, but them two have not got away with each other in front. So we need to make sure we either work with Jamie to move forward, or they battle some more, which is exactly what we do. Now we don't know exactly how long in the race is left, but we do leave plenty of room for Jamie to overtake us going to the gasworks, because this is probably the time where we wouldn't lose the most time, especially since I've widened the track so much. So now we just need to make sure that we go forward. So we do slip in behind Jamie, give him a little bit of a boost out of gasworks, and now as we go around the horseshoe, we just need to stay in the slipstream. Quick look ahead, we can actually see Dan get a great exit out that last corner and pull alongside Kieran. However, just not enough. I indicate to Jamie as we look behind, saying, look, let's not try to defend, let's just go forward as best we can. He acknowledges with a nice nod, so well done, great play. Now we are going through a yellow flag, which means you have to go a little bit slower than we should do around that corner, which again we can see we are visibly catching up to the carts in front, or indeed at least Jamie is, as he is getting away from us. Again, a lap or two, Jamie's caught them up and is battling. Dan hasn't got away from him either, with them having that little bit of traction, but neither have we got too far behind. Now we are in the perfect position that if they do come together, that we are able to have enough time to react and try to get at least 1 or 2 more positions if we can. Now we are right in the bumper as we go around dogleg, however we just still haven't got the legs to manage to make an overtake. Again, 1 or 2 laps ahead, we can see that them three are battling like mad, and we must be getting close to the end of the race, so any mistakes anyone does here, we need to capitalise on it. Now Dan has managed to defend that lead as best we can, but has made it, we are right on the bumper. Now again, not sure who to really push to this one. Jamie does go on the outside, which has allowed a place for us, puts us into P3. Now again, are we going to be able to make that position to P2, or are we going to have to defend from Jamie? We have to make sure we decide now, because there is not much time left of this race. Now it is hard to tell. I am trying my hardest and trying to use my body weight to pull myself out them corners if we can get that little bit extra speed to get out them bottom revs so we get to the top end as fast as we can, but just not enough to get any overtakes. Now if Jamie did want to overtake us going into Gasworks here, we wouldn't have exactly made it hard for him, because we don't want to lose any speed, because that P2 is within our grasp. As we go around Horseshoe, which is generally one of my strongest ones at this moment in time, they haven't got too far away from us. But again, going around this last corner, we don't get a bad exit. However, we can see Kieran just getting away from us. I did think about defending, but if Jamie is fast down this straight, we just need to make sure we work with him. We can see we let him past and pointing saying, let's get the guys in front. But little did I know, this is actually the last lap. So if anything's going to happen, it has to happen now. We can see Kieran is all over the back end of Dan, and Jamie has managed to catch them up within a corner or two. But we still just don't have that legs. We just need to make sure that we are ready to pounce if needed. Dan has realised that we must be getting close to the end. He is defending going into the first centre. Jamie is right on the bumper of Kieran. Kieran thought about going for that overtake, however not enough. Now this is, we are going 3 wide or nearly 3 wide going into the chicane. Now this might be a little bit of a deja vu moment for Jamie, because he's on the outside, he gets pushed onto the grass. That's left enough room for us to actually get beside Dan, and we are down to P2. Don't know how, and we don't actually know if this is the last lap while actually racing this one. So we are thinking P2 is probably as fast as we're going to do at this point, so we are needing to defend if there's any more laps. Come around the Horseshoe, I generally look to see if the lights are turning, flashing, to see if it's going to be the checkered flag. We go around the last corner trying to keep it tight to make sure they can't overtake us. We see the checkered flag, we push our way from that, and we manage to secure 2nd place in race 1 at an absolute push. Didn't expect to get it, but well done to everybody. Right, that was race 1 done in qualifying. I definitely didn't feel like I had the pace. I did have to change my kart once in qualifying. As you can see, when I started about 5th on the grid, I think it was. But we managed to keep our strategy up. We knew Jamie was much faster than me, just to let him go and try and slow the others down, which it generally ended up working for that last lap, so that was a bit of entertainment. But now we have it all to play for the trophy at the end. We're starting in P2, which is maybe not the best place to do. Hopefully get caught with plenty of bottom end so we can get off that line and maybe just hold everybody up for the rest of the race. So we'll see what we can do in this next race. If you've been following the rest of the Karting Northeast Championship videos, we haven't been getting the best getaways at the start of the races. Now, is this time going to be any different? Race 1 was pretty good, but let's see if race 2 matters, and this one is where you get the trophy. Now, not a bad getaway. We can see from the sidelines it's actually pretty good. It puts us into P1 and we managed to secure that. And if you haven't noticed, we've got a little bit of an extra toy in this one, where we've got a little bit of lap times on the left and a track map. Although that's definitely not what the track looks like in real life, but it is very close to it, with a bit more squiggles. Well, this race might all be about defending, which we're not sure yet. We can see from the sidelines Jamie is right in our bumper, but we do have a gap to the karts behind. Now this is normally the chance for, if you are in P2, to make that dive bomb to try and get the rest of the pack to actually slow us down. Now stick with us just to see how we do on lap 1. We are conscious of the cars behind. We can see us looking over our shoulder, but we need to make sure that we're still concentrating on going as fast as we can. Now let us know in the comments down below what's your thoughts of this actual on-screen display. Do we like it? I will try and change the kilometers to miles per hour the next time we do this, and we'll hopefully get a better GPS so we can get a bit more accurate track map and also speed. So lap 1, we can actually see we've got a nice gap from Jamie behind us, which means that we can get our head down and try to move forward, because we do know he's got the pace. We just need to make sure that we are consistent, and also when he gets close enough, not to leave a gap for him. Now rather than leaving the boring laps where nothing really happens, we'll just jump to one of the faster laps of the race, where we can see that we are still in P1, which is always a good sign, and our lap times are pretty consistent, being around the 111.1s, and we were normally within a couple of tenths within that every single lap. In this race, Jamie was actually faster than me, so we just need to make sure that we are a bit more consistent. As we do look behind, we have managed to maintain that gap so at least we don't have to defend and can still concentrate on trying putting them fast laps in. Now, last skip ahead, as we go around the last corner, we can see that the cameraman is actually by the finish straight, which normally means this is the last lap. We can see the lights go checkered, and that is our first lights to flag victory this year. Hopefully there will be some more, especially in some of the important races, but that is job done. So that was race 2 done. Very surprising that we managed to get a lights to flag victory. So another pot for the actual shelf. Unfortunately for you, that meant it was a little bit boring for you to actually watch. But I can safely say Jamie Hunter was closing in on me on that end. I just managed to get a nice getaway at the start. A little bit of carnage happened behind us, but at least we managed to get that win. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed this video, please do smash that like button. It certainly helps the channel grow. And also, if you are wanting the Only Karts hat, I will put the QR code somewhere around the screen. I have actually hit a couple around the track as well. So if you are around Warden Law, do give them a scan, and I'll see you on the track next time.